tend to think of demons as the things that are detracting against our sanctification. That's only true when we give in to them. But when we fight them and work against them, they actually become the instruments of our purification, because we have to deny ourselves, we have to work against them, we have to build virtue contrary to that. The demons actually are constantly trying to get us to commit sins that become vicious, that is, we have vices, so that we become weak. And then that way it's easier to combat us in that process. They want to set up an abusive relationship with us, etc.
Gross.
But if we combat them, then what happens is we begin to build virtue. The definition of sanctified perfection is the adornment of the soul. Let's start this back up. It's excellence in grace, which means you have a lot of sanctifying grace. Sanctifying grace is the indwelling of the Blessed Trinity in your soul. And this indwelling is by degree, the saints say. Okay. So you can have more and more and more of it, and you can never have too much of it, in fact. So that means then that it's the excellence in grace, which means you have a lot of it. So then they ask, well, how do you get this excellence in grace? It's in building virtue. So that in point and fact, our perfection comes as a result of diabolic influence in our lives. Let's face it.
Diabolic.
Most of us would end up mediocre at best. At best, if there was no diabolic activity in our lives. If there was no temptation or no nothing, most of us wouldn't develop any level of virtue whatsoever. But the second component to that aspect is this. When we have to fight against the demons, it means that the application of our wills and the struggle that we do is harder, and we have to exert more energy, and we have to do it more strongly. As a result of that, we gain a level of virtue. Our virtue is higher than it would be if we were just kind of inculcating it on our own through a normal process of just developing virtue. So, excellence and grace, the adornment of the soul of all of the virtues. God chooses which virtues he wants to adorn on which souls. Now, technically, he wants all of the virtues. So we have to attain all the virtues. But he chooses in particular people's lives different degrees. There's only one individual other than Christ who has absolutely perfect virtue in every single virtue, and that's Our Lady.
Oh, gosh.
Everybody else in heaven, other than the angels,
There's your lady.
all have varying degrees of the virtue.